So uh, generally, if we are working in with any kind of data or this in the ETL process, this
Okay.
data mapping is important.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you are trying to do any data migration or
Okay.
integration, both are
Mm-hmm.
different words actually. Migration is
Okay.
nothing but any from the old system or from any other, one system to another system, you are moving the
Mm-hmm.
data that comes under data migration.
Okay.
Data integration is nothing but you are merging or
Mm-hmm.
integrating many uh, uh, into a single one. So you are
Okay.
getting uh,
Mm-hmm.
from the different locations data into a single location.
Mm-hmm.
So that comes under the data integration.
Okay.
So why we do this data mapping means uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's we will try to minimize the errors and maintain the data integrity.
Mm-hmm.
Integrity means the maintain the rules or regulation how we are getting the data. For example,
Okay.
one
Mm-hmm.
particular column we have this age column. uh,
Okay.
i'm i'm I am expecting only maybe from 18 age to
Mm-hmm.
60 years age. So
Okay.
I'm setting up some rule. So that kind of
Mm-hmm.
data integrity we can add multiple.
Mm-hmm.
So for this, uh, so even we can have the clear rules. Whatever the data we are getting, we can
Okay.
we can apply the clear rules over that, and
Mm-hmm.
the relation between the source and the target we can do it. So for that,
Okay.
actually, how
Mm-hmm.
they do it means they will create one document.
Okay.
So so if you're seeing here, though, so
Mm-hmm.
generally this document consists of all the information like what exactly we are going
Mm-hmm.
to do, from where we are getting the data,
Mm-hmm.
where we are sending it. In between,
Mm-hmm.
we have any intermediate or staging. Staging means the middle tables we have.
Mm-hmm.
For example,
Middle term.
generally, we don't send the data directly from source to target. Sometimes in between, we'll have some middle tables.
Okay.
So, is there any middle tables we have? So,
Mm-hmm.
generally, what we do, we'll try to identify source and target. So, what is
Okay.
the source from where the
Mm-hmm.
data comes, and what
Mm-hmm.
is the target where data goes. So, we need to
Okay.
identify source and target, and
Mm-hmm.
we need to examine the data structure. Means
Okay.
what are the columns we have? For example,
Mm-hmm.
they're asking source to target. So, what
Okay.
is the source and what is the target?
Mm-hmm.
In between, what are the columns we have?
Mm-hmm.
So, we need to identify column names and
Okay.
column data type, means whether it is text or number, or for example,
Okay.
in the source, we have one column, maybe column, what is the table? Table one.
Mm-hmm.
In the table one, we have one column called the uh,
Mm-hmm.
employee underscore ID.
Okay.
So in from where it's coming, and
Okay.
same whether you are expecting the same into the same table or another table, or
Mm-hmm.
you want to see here as an employee ID.
Mm-hmm.
So how you are expecting, we need to give it.
Okay.
So this comes under the there are I think first initially we need to identify the source and target, and then the next stage is analyzing the data structure. Structure means the data schema or metadata, we call them, how the
Okay.
data is storing. So we need to
Mm.
identify that as well.
Okay.
So after that, we need to define the rules, mapping rules. We'll say it as a
Mm-hmm.
define the mapping rules.
Mm-hmm.
What are the rules? For example, let's say uh, we have the one-to-one mapping. One-to-one
Okay.
mapping means we have one column called employee ID,
Mm-hmm.
which is in the source. We are getting from the same from target source to target.
Okay.
So in between, for example, employee ID we have
Mm-hmm.
this employee ID. I'm getting
Okay.
same into here in the target. So that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So this is called generally a one-to-one mapping. Means
Okay.
whatever the we have the data, it will directly comes into a target.
Okay.
Or
You don't
else
have to do any modification.
no, no need to do. It's comes under the one-to-one. Or else
Okay.
let's take in the same table, table one, we have one column called the first name,
Mm-hmm.
and we have this middle name and
Mm-hmm.
last name.
That's
So these are three different data we are getting from the source. What exactly they're asking? This many into one mapping
okay.
means in the table two, they're expecting one column called the full name.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So in this full name, they will mention the rules here. Rule
Mm-hmm.
details is like
How many characters? How many?
here, like they will mention for this saying
Mm-hmm.
uh, get the, or they'll simply say concatenate at the first name, middle name, and last name.
Okay.
So that is the rule actually.
Mm-hmm. What does
Means
this mean actually? Like,
concatenate means whatever the data you have in different columns or
mm-hmm.
different places. Concatenate means you are combining the data.
Okay.
It's generally called uh, binding or combining together. What are the difference
Grouping,
we have? Yeah.
kind of. Okay.
So we'll call them as normally concatenation.
Mm-hmm.
Concatenation, we have one function called concatenate.
In Excel, correct?
In Excel, even in SQL also, there is
SQL.
one
Okay.
one function called concat.
Okay.
Else,
Yeah.
you can use one what we say one special character which is pipe, double
Mm-hmm.
pipe. This
Mm-hmm.
acts as a concatenate one. For example, in the HR schema, so generally, for example, I'll show you how exactly it will be done. Let's take in one row, I have name called Manideep, money.
Mm-hmm.
In one column, okay, I can't take it here. Cancel. Um, yeah, oh, I do it here. Yeah, money. In one column is deep. In one column, let's take. What exactly they will do?
Mm-hmm.
They will concatenate the all the rows.
Okay.
Manideep and
Mm-hmm.
top of it, it can be. So what we have different maybe
Mm-hmm.
first name and last name.
Okay.
So they are doing the concatenation. That is one of
Mm-hmm.
the function we have. Generally in
Mm-hmm.
SQL we can use this pipe also. Pipe how we
Mm-hmm.
can do means
Mm-hmm.
HR have this employee table. Let's take, we have some data. Select the start from. Okay, we have this first name, last name, right? What exactly, how they will do it? They will take first name, right? And last name.
Okay. It didn't come, huh? Maybe the comma or something missing.
I'm checking.
Select first name, contact name, last name. Do you want to put that in the hyphen? Means like that a hyphen or something?
Uh, okay. I have gave the wrong column names.
Yeah, correct. There's a space. Yeah, okay. All should be fine. Again, it's giving some. Okay. Okay.
You see,
Uh-huh.
okay, we are
So no,
getting.
no parenthesis, right? It's directly. Okay.
I can do one thing, comma, comma. Uh, if you see, this is actually the first name. First name.
Okay. First name
This
and
act.
last name.
So what I'm doing concatenation,
Okay.
or else I can do in either way. And there is one function called the concat.
Okay.
I need to pass the column names in that function.
Mm-hmm.
How we can do that? So this is one of the function we can use.
Mm.
Concat. Concat, open parenthesis. In that we'll pass the column names and close the
Column names.
parenthesis.
Mm-hmm.
So either way you can do it. So generally like this, they will give this uh, rules. What rules we
Okay.
need to
Who will
follow.
give the rules actually? But that this when data to transfer, or, the rules will be created by. Uh,
Generally, the business give the information not in
okay.
detail.
Mm.
Based on that, actually, business analyst need to create this document.
Okay.
So in that case,
Or
your
if the client is telling we want that from the old one, we don't
hmm,
want like two columns, we want single column.
okay.
So we need to analyze and give them, okay, we can do like this concat.
No,
The
no,
first.
they don't give the technical or how you can code it. They don't know. They can't give it.
Mhm.
They'll simply
Okay.
say, so we are getting this like this data. So for this, I need the output is like this. They'll simply say.
Okay.
In that case, you need to understand what they're expecting, uh, and based on that, we need to create the document.
Okay.
So generally, on the higher level, they will give the information.
Mhm.
The in detail,
Means like they want in a full name. That's it. How you are
yeah,
doing it, that I have to analyze.
yeah, we need to come up with the solution.
Okay.
So that's how we do. So this is actually called the entire thing is a uh, we'll call it as a uh, many to one, many to one mapping.
Okay. M to M, many to one, one on one. One on one is easy. Like,
One
that
on one
goes the
simple.
same ID.
Mostly, uh, mostly all the projects they use one-to-one mapping only.
Mm-hmm.
In somewhere in the data structure, so they expect many to one, and there is another one called the one to many. One to many, I will show you. For example, there is one call in the table one itself. We are getting some data. How we have the data? Many to one, one to many. There is only one column. What is that?
Okay.
Address. In that,
Address.
you are having in that address only, might be your house number, your
House
street,
number, street. Mm-hmm.
so your county, and
Okay. Okay.
uh,
Postal code.
postal code, everything is there. So you have to get this data into how one to many.
One to many. Okay.
Means what are the information you are getting here, you need to split into
Okay.
house number, street, county, postal code. So what we are doing exactly? So the single information we are splitting into multiple.
Okay.
So that how that uh, generally they say we have this address in this table here. So I need each and every information individually in our target.
Okay.
So generally they will they will give this information, or else they will give this rules.
Okay.
What kind of your rules we need to follow? For example, any kind of converting of a data format, or changing of units of measurement. For example, maybe for particular maybe in one column you have in the table 2, you have this column called the price, which is stored in the dollars, or else maybe in the euros.
Okay.
So what exactly they are expecting, they will clearly mention it here. We are expecting the price in dollar. So we need to convert this euros into
Mm-hmm.
dollars.
Okay.
How we can do that? Simply, generally they don't mention any euros or dollar symbol. So for example, one euro equals to 1.09 USD. So we need to generally convert how much value we are storing. For example, we have 10 into 1.0109.
09. Okay.
So that information here we store it like this, 10.9.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So that's how they will convert it. They will mention clearly the rules or transformations. So in this mapping document, generally they will everything will be documented clearly.
Okay.
So I'll show you. I created one document previously. So generally, uh, in general, in any source you take, we might
Mm-hmm.
expect not maybe not 5 or 10 columns. There might be many columns. So maybe 100 columns, 200 columns also we might expect. For each and every column, they'll maintain like what is the column name, what is the description, what a column that do,
Okay.
yeah, what data type it is, what data length, and whether this column is mandate or not. So they will give like all this information. Even they will mention the rules. For example, for the country, even though I'm getting from the table to like India or United States or United Kingdom, they want only the first two letters of the data.
Country
Yeah, country.
data.
So they will mention like this clearly. According to that, we need to uh, create this document and we need to share with the team. Who is the team? The development
Development.
team and the data architect. So what are the information the team they are getting? So it will pass through us only.
Okay.
So that's the one thing. And
So this information is from the client. So we'll make this as a, like, we'll make the BA will make a document like this, correct?
yeah, correct. So BA has to understand the source information,
Hmm.
and you don't need to actually you don't each individual and you don't need to do. So almost this document will be prepared by the business team only, and they will give it. So they will create one template and they will share with us. So we need to confirm whether this is accurate or the correct one, which we have to
Hmm.
work. So you
Okay.
need to cross check it again.
Hmm.
So you
Go to
need,
the old data and find out what is there,
yeah,
and whether it is same. We can convert to this and all this stuff.
yeah.
Okay.
So generally, so how in real projects happens, So for example, they have these many columns. They
Hmm.
go back, they don't go back and check all the columns. They'll simply check only around 5 to 10 columns, and they will
Hmm.
give the sign off on this. Once if you're facing any issues, they will come back again. Because
Hmm.
if you take entire day or many days here itself, there are some other tasks as well. It might go into pending.
Okay.
So that's why they generally they'll just randomly choose any information from here, and they'll cross check with the data.
Okay.
If it is good, that's fine. They will give it this document to a developers.
Okay.
So we don't do it generally. We just
Hmm.
pass the information from business to them.
Okay.
That's the one thing. So yeah, generally mapping document we don't have that much of I'll show you actually what exactly it can be. Yeah. So we discussed this one. Okay, so generally whatever the work done by this in this ETL, that's based on this mapping document only. Even for the testing team also, they will
Okay.
work based on this mapping document only. This will comes from the BA.
Okay.
So BA has to give this document to developer and testing team.
Okay.
So based on that only they'll work. So what are we exactly we need to do? So
Hmm.
the format, how we are storing. So it's not only about the columns and all. It's about, for example, you are
Hmm.
generating one file out of this information. Even you
Hmm.
need to provide this that for example, file format you need to give means file name
Hmm.
or delimiter and file type and whether it has to be zipped or not, means it should be compressed or not, on which path it has to be stored, and whether what else we have. There is a format called the UTF-8 or ASCII. So which kind of file type it has to be. So everything this has to be written somewhere. So then only these developers they can work on it. Uh, this we discussed.
This is the flow diagram, right? Flow
Yeah,
diagram.
generally. Uh,
Mhm.
uh, so about like whenever you are preparing this one, right? So we need to create this one particular flow diagram so that they can understand from where we are getting the information.
Okay.
Uh, just a second. This one. Uh, just a second. Where it is. Generally, I will see anything. Data mapping. We need to generally like in the data mapping. So we detailedly see like how we are extracting the data and transforming and loading as part of it. For example, it comes from the different formats and all the transformation we are doing. So we need to ensure what kind of transformation we are making.
Okay.
And generally, for example, uh, for this mapping, for this mapping, uh, so how, like for example, even for example, let's say they given the source information also. So even they will mention for particular source, what is the table name, uh, TV, TP, T1,
Mhm.
and no, it's a schema and employees. Or even they will provide all the information like which host we need to connect, username and everything they will give it generally.
Yeah.
This one, XML, we don't use it. XT, we don't use it. So generally, this information actually, will get through the Zira ticket. They will mention
Mhm.
some information over there. So
Okay.
according to that, we need to visualize how the data we are getting, and we need to create this one.
Okay.
You understood, right? So this document, how we create.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what the mapping. This part I understood. If it is a high level, it's fine because very low level. Again, see, it's too much information for me now. So
Yeah.
on Monday
So
I'm training. So the thing is like I have not reviewed anything because I'm sitting on training because
oh,
yeah,
you are
right.
continuously
So
into
back to
training,
back
not even.
training. Yeah, where we are not reviewing. Only thing is that whatever you people have told, it is there in like here and there. So once if something comes up, okay, now then I can understand. Oh, this is data mapping or it works like this. It's all like 20-30% of knowledge what I have now. So
Okay.
Once we join, then we'll go, okay, this is what
Ah,
they want.
yeah.
Then that's what I'm also waiting, because I'm referring all that and all these, a lot of stuff
So
now.
thing is like so whenever we connect with any student, we only give
Mhm.
only 5 to 10% of information because if we overload them, they might confuse or they might get forget everything.
Yeah, almost I'm just forgetting now, because now you taught me something, this will be something related to, everything is technical, right?
Yeah.
So what happens if the next person takes me the thing, like for the work day or something, they will be talking something about data mapping and integration, so even that and this I'll forget. Now informatica, yesterday you taught me,
Uh,
once I see that I will understand. Now it is, I'm totally blank, because after the
yeah.
informatica I had like 2 3 sessions, like PeopleSoft I had, then I had a BA training.
Okay.
So, I
So
don't have time to review. So I'm planning to take a break tomorrow and sit and review like all these
yeah,
things
don't
actually.
better don't take any trainings tomorrow. Just go through everything, whatever the information given by the trainers, because
Correct.
so whenever you are listening, you will feel like yeah, I'm getting and I'm
Yeah, no, no,
understanding.
that is highly impossible. I understand that. You're listening, that point of time only you'll
Yeah.
understand. And after that you forget. Until you don't practice, until you don't, if it is one subject, you're teaching me this one subject for some time, that will stay in your mind actually.
Yes.
Tomorrow
Correct.
also I'm talking to you. Now after this, by 10:30, I need to connect with one more person. The thing
Oh,
is, like, everybody has the time, right? So once you commit,
yeah.
then we have to be available, because they are giving us our time, right?
Yes.
So I give more importance for time, because that is somebody's life actually. That 1 hour somebody is dedicating to you,
Yeah.
that is like they are giving their life, right? So what I see, so I feel like, okay, I'll do, if somebody is committing, okay, then we'll be on time and we'll attend that. But gradually what happens, one thing is good, now when you are showing me this, okay, data, now this is coming into mind, okay, what is exactly we need to do, somebody explains me, but you're displaying it to me. So
Yeah.
these things are good actually. What happens, like, whenever we have a meetings or something like that, so any terms or technologies when they speak, sometimes I can recognize, okay, somebody have told this, okay, this is what will happen, okay. So I don't blink, right?
Yeah.
uh, yeah, that's what.
You
So
can easily quickly you will like understand.
I
Y-
understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah. In future, it will be better. That's what. And even though if I sit and learn myself, it is not that easy actually, because
Because
I never know like what to refer and what not to refer.
yeah, that's the
You
issue.
understand? Like, I'll be reading like unwanted stuff. Now you go to YouTube. What happens means you have multiple videos for one segment.
Wow.
So
Mostly they will have this series of tutorial, maybe 10
mm,
to 15 videos at a time.
yeah. In that, what I should learn and what I should not, I don't. I need to sit and waste all the time until, I don't know. Maybe the entire session will be like of no use actually. So yeah, these
So
things are okay. When
that
you
will be
when you
useful
take,
when you have the enough time. Like maybe you have 6 months of time, so
yeah,
you can sit and you can see
that
one
is
month.
only like one
Uh,
particular things, right? Like, you can't do it for long thing. Now once I join, what I'm planning, I'll manage somehow 1 or 2 days. We'll come to know, what is that and what technologies they are using, and
yeah.
then I'll stick to that. Okay, then we'll start impulse learning on that things. So, and
So
work wise, it won't be beyond the beyond the topic, right? They'll have a, in a boundary, okay, these things will be worked only in that boundary, so we can be more familiar in that kind, and extra things we can learn later.
So,
That's what
like
I'm thinking.
in the project, generally, whatever the
Mm,
JD they give, it
mm,
is not like that. Sometimes
mm,
JD is something that just
mm.
it's good to have the knowledge on that. That's it.
Yeah. Mhm.
We might not use everything.
Yeah, right, right, right.
So we whatever we are teaching,
Mhm.
out of that also you can if you get to know what you need to work, you can skip
Mm.
some of it.
Okay.
So like for example, I'm teaching you something which which might be useful in the future, but not as of now. So
Yeah, right, right.
you can keep it that aside.
Yeah.
So That's
But
fine.
learning, yeah, that's fine. This data mapping and all is very important because that is the only thing what they are looking into the looking there actually.
So
Because these are the main thing I need. And work day, that's what somebody's teaching me here and there. It's fine. It's okay.
I'll tell you, whenever we are doing it from the childhood, right? So if you know
Hmm.
something, you will do it by yourself. If you don't know,
Right.
you will try
Hmm.
to refer from anything from any somewhere. So you can
Yeah.
do the
Right.
same in projects as well. You can ask
Hmm.
them any template or any reference documents or anything.
Yeah.
You can go through those documents and then only you'll start with your work.
Okay.
Even I used to do the same thing. If I don't know
Hmm.
anything, I'll simply ask them the previous documents. Out
Okay.
of that, I'll just copy everything and I will modify according to my requirement. That's it.
Okay.
So that will save your time.
Hmm.
So no need to worry actually. So
Hmm.
it's like a new something new to you maybe for 1 to 2 weeks.
Hmm.
After that,
Yeah.
you'll get to know like people and the work. So it will be easy for you. So you'll
Okay.
understand whom can I reach out if I have any issues. Whom should I not? You'll understand.
Right. 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 Okay.
So simply you need to find a one person inside
Hmm.
of your project who can help you. So
Okay.
even though if you ask any silly questions,
Hmm.
he's okay or they're okay. You can reach them.
Correct. Hmm.
Simply you can say, I worked on this tool, but in maybe a different way, or else I
Hmm.
never worked on this tool. So, can you give me some information on this? You can approach the people like that, not
Hmm.
the PeopleSoft and Workday, but
Okay.
maybe the some tool
Hmm.
which is not available in your resume and which is
Okay.
available in your project.
Hmm.
You can utilize that one. So,
Okay.
in previous project, you are using this HPALM or some other tool. Here they are
Hmm.
using Jira.
Hmm.
So you can approach any people and you can ask them.
Okay.
That's not a problem. It's like
Hmm.
if you sit by only one person by yourself, you will never
Hmm.
complete any project.
Okay. Yeah. Right. Right.
I'll say simply, one thing is like whenever you are stuck in more than half an hour, right? Uh,
Hmm.
Try to approach any person
Hmm.
inside or outside. That will make sure like your work will be done. So some people I seen even I gave support to many people. So if they are
Hmm.
stuck in somewhere, they will leave that work and uh, they'll just leave it there itself. They do
Okay.
nothing. They don't
Hmm.
even check anything. They just leave it. So
Hmm.
it piles up whatever the work they are giving. It piles
No,
up.
with that. Mhm.
So or the deadline they
No,
will cross it.
normally what happens like now once I join now they'll start giving me a kitty either they give the documents or something to
Ah
refer
yeah.
and all stuff and they start giving me the KT sessions will go for some time. By the time we'll come to know like what exactly is
Hmm.
happening in the project, right?
Yeah.
And the work wise, then they will start every day to give
Uh,
some kind of work. Okay,
Mostly they
this
will
is
have
what.
this reverse KT.
Okay.
It's better to try to understand the KT because in some projects, what they do, they will do this reverse KT session also, maybe 1 or 2 hours. They will ask you what you understand exactly.
Mm. Okay.
So you need to be prepared for that as well.
Mhm.
Once you are okay, they will feel like this person is ready to work. They'll simply give only one small task
Okay.
or not all the task at a time. In the current
Mm.
sprint, they will give you one small task. They will
Okay.
see how much time you are taking or whether you are able to complete it or not. So before that, you need to make sure that you have all the accesses for the required applications.
Okay.
So check with the your particular role person if you have any
Mhm.
other BA. You can ask them.
Okay.
So once you are ready, maybe in the next sprint, one sprint
Mhm.
comes under 10 days. So you
Okay.
complete this one. You don't
Mm.
need to worry about other thing. You
Mhm.
simply go to that task and see whether it can be done or not. If it is done, fine, or else approach anyone. If that is done in the current sprint, then only they will give another task in next sprint. They will
Okay.
give two tasks.
Okay.
So if you are enough capable, which who can handle maybe 5 or 6 at a time, they will give it directly.
Okay.
This US projects, it's kind of headache projects actually.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing is like the communication, and
Mm-hmm.
another thing is like they don't listen to us actually.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we need to listen to them. They don't listen to us properly.
They're like they don't want to listen. No, they always have that thing, right?
Yeah,
The discrimination is always there. Why should we
that
listen?
was there. It's there from very long time.
That will be there. See, whatever, if they are so socializing or anything happens in their mind, is always there. Kind of. If we try to boss them or we try to give some this one, why should I take from like many of them? I'm not
Yeah,
telling
not
everyone,
everyone.
but the
Yeah,
majority. Nobody likes, right? See, the white doesn't like me going and bossing him. Correct?
yeah.
Definitely inside his thing, it will be
It will be
totally
there.
different.
So you
Yeah,
need to be
yeah,
cautious.
yeah.
So
But they won't show it. But
they
they
will
will always
they will always observe the
have.
even us also. They will see how we are talking or how we are responding. So you need to be cautious. So once you will get to know the people, right? Then you can start. If you start working and if you got a minimum knowledge also,
Mhm.
you can be free and you can talk freely with anyone. That's not a
Okay.
problem about your issues and everything.
Yeah. Once you will get along and all these things. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. So you'll get to know the people and all about the work
Mhm.
and all.
Yep.
So then you can freely work. So meanwhile,
Okay.
I'll just ask you to maintain some distance.
Mhm.
So just only
Yeah.
work.
Just tell yes or no. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. This we working kind of. Okay.
So you need to cut off there itself. Like you don't need to drag the conversation everything. You simply say, "I'll just I'll check and come back." And you can in the back end you can approach anyone. So you can do that.
Okay.
If you like if you have don't have any proper information, yeah, you can highlight it. I don't have this
Mhm.
information. I'm stuck in here. Can anyone help on this one? You can clearly ask them because until unless you have the proper information, you can't work.
Right. Okay.
That's why. So that's generally that happens.
Okay.
So no need to worry. Actually, the BA. So generally, but I'm still thinking. Generally, BAs has to give this demo sessions, dashboards and reports. Who
Yeah.
So, who is the person like training you on this one?
No, nobody started training on dashboards and everything. It's generally the BA. I'm getting a training. That's only like theoretical. Till now, they have not shown me any dashboards or how to create that PA. What is that? PBA.
Okay.
What is it?
Power BI, huh?
Power BA and all this stuff. So I don't know how to use and all these things.
That's not okay,
Hopefully,
not a problem. Because in some projects they use internally their own dashboards and tools. So in that
okay,
case, you have advantage like you can ask them how it can be done.
okay,
So you can have a chance to learn from there itself. You can
okay.
take that advantage.
The dashboards are like from the reports we need to put in the like kind of graphs, charts, and all this like
Yeah, it's
something like that.
simply
Yes.
like whatever the data you are giving, it has to be in the picture format. That's it.
Okay,
If you're giving some information here, so it has to convert into picture.
okay.
Here in this Excel also we can do it. It started from
Mm.
Excel itself. So here like we can have multiple charts. Whatever the
Yeah.
data I'm giving, it's simply create one chart.
Mm. Yeah.
So you need to understand what are the options it has and everything, and then you can do it. That won't be a problem for you.
Mm. Yeah. That will. Yeah.
So yeah, like this is Snowflake. I tried it, but actually Snowflake, it's a kind of a, what I say. It's a actually a trial version also. I'm not able to download it.
I have actually.
Okay, you have. Uh,
Yeah, I have the trial version.
okay, okay, okay. I tried to download it, but it is asking for some card details and everything.
Oh, is it okay? I have, but I didn't start working in that. I'll maybe I can show you tomorrow. Tomorrow or on Sunday when you're, if you're,
Yeah, yeah, fine. Like
are you
whenever you are
taking any
free,
sessions here? Yeah,
uh, we'll
we'll connect
just
for like 1 hour. Yeah, and I'll open the. I can share my screen, right? So
yeah, yeah.
then,
I can guide
so
you, or I can give you the information. Uh, uh, so like how it can be done and all.
yeah.
Just a second. Yeah, like we'll connect tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Oh,
Okay, I'll ping
yeah,
you. Okay then.
yeah.
Yeah.
Only we left with this snowflake. No, I'll try to give down like about this document and all. I'll within half an hour. I'll give
Oh
you
yeah, that's fine. This is data mapping is done. Data integration is something same, right? I mean, same in the
integration.
sense.
We don't do it actually.
Okay.
Data integration. It will be done by the designers only.
Okay. Okay.
So we
Fine.
don't need to bother about this one. So
Analyzing the data is more important, right? You're
yeah,
pulling the
correct.
data, see that, and all this stuff. Okay, that part you just help me. Tomorrow I'll open my Snowflake. We'll try on that. Okay.
Yeah.
So and
So once you are free, like we can connect
yeah.
tomorrow and we can do that.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay then. Yeah. Thank you,
Okay. Thank
Mandeep.
you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. No problem. I got one more session now. Let me see.
Okay. Yeah. Uh,
Okay then. Bye.
yeah. Have a good day. Bye.
You too. Bye bye.
This meeting very long. You can leave the session.
Okay.
Actually,
Okay.
it
Mhm. Okay.
it was hidden. I'll try to close this one.
No. Yeah. I got it. I closed.
Okay.